But no, I don't feel
Understandable.
like he ever liked me. Honestly, because I found out this after he doesn't even date black women. So that was a whole nother thing. And the show didn't know that either. So yeah, that was interesting.
All right, y'all. We are back with it again with another banger. This is season 2, episode number 10, and we have the lovely Portia Paxton coming in as a season 1 contestant of the former Once a Wife. You guys probably heard of it on Fox. It was on Hulu. It was everywhere. If you watch the show, it's everywhere. And so she's from Dallas, Texas. She's from Chicago, but resides in Dallas, Texas. But you know, we gonna get into all of that. So y'all give it up for Miss Portia. And yeah, man, we here. I don't know why I gotta say it on camera. I'm a little nervous, y'all. I don't know why I'm so nervous. It's
You
like
shouldn't be
nerves
nervous
kicking
as the host. I'm nervous.
Nah, but
Don't be
so
nervous, just be yourself.
yeah, you're right. This is, the real understands everything, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna call it true talk today, per usual. But
Okay.
so Miss Portia, what's new? Like how you been?
Been good. Honestly, right now I'm just working.
You feel it?
So I last month, or I guess yeah, it was the end of last month. I went to Spain with my sister, so that was cool.
Okay. That sounds
It's
dope. How
always
was that?
fun to get out the country with family.
Right.
Yes, it actually was a slash birthday trip, so it
Okay.
was nice.
That's dope. So I'm gonna get right into it. You were on the show, uh, season 1, so you're the OG. Take us through how did
Okay.
that happen? Like, how did you get involved? Like, how did you get on the reality show?
Okay, I guess starting from the beginning, I was like obsessed with Love Island before people started watching it now. Like it's popping off right now, but I watched it when the
Mhm,
UK was like the big thing, not the US one. We didn't even
mhm.
have a show yet. So I was obsessed with
Okay.
that, and I was like, I want to be on one of these. So I applied, I think, for Love Island and Love Is Blind, but I didn't hear anything.
Hmm.
And then I don't know how, but some producer reached out to me on Instagram. So I don't know if
Hmm.
like once you start applying, your name is in like some kind of pool or something. I don't know. But they reached out to me. I think this was like 6 months before the show that actually went on reached out to me. It was gonna be called
Hmm.
International Love. It was gonna be in Austin, Texas. They actually never end up doing that show, so I'm kind of
Hmm.
glad I didn't make that one. And then yeah, 6 months
Right.
later, because the producer that I was talking to on that show, she said she really liked me, so I think she
Hmm.
kept my information and then she passed it on to someone else. And then
Mm-hmm.
another person reached out to me on Instagram, and they said something like, uh, they they marketed it as like a bachelor kind of show, but like for
Hmm.
Southern gentlemen, or I forgot what the exact wording was. But I was like, okay. And she's like, do you want to hop on a quick call? So we hopped on a call after I got off work one day, and she told me a little bit more about it. And I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. So I was like, okay, I'll try applying. You still have to go through rounds, even if they reach out to you or like they find you on
Right.
Instagram. So I did the actual application, and then I had to do a video like Zoom call, kind of like this, where I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking to her, but I had to like be like completely like dressed up. Kind of like whenever you see the produced segments in Love Island when they're being first introduced, it's kind of like that. So I had to like tell
Hmm.
my story, and they were asking me questions. And I think they like put it together in like a video so they could
Right.
pass it along to like the higher execs so they could sell you like, okay, I like this person, this is her story. Should we pick her? Should she continue on to the next round? So I kept making it past the rounds, but it would be like long spurts in between. So I honestly didn't know I was gonna be on the show until I think like 2 weeks before the show was gonna start. And I didn't even get my
Oh,
flight information till like I think a week before. And then I had to tell my
wow.
job, and that was the whole thing. Because it was supposed to be for like 6 weeks. This show is shorter
Hmm.
than I think most shows were,
Mm-hmm.
but it's 6 weeks max. And then I had to use my PTO. So, like, your job doesn't just let you off on a
Right.
show.
Right.
Okay, like, you have to use your PTO. If you run out of it, that's job abandonment. So, honestly, I could have got fired if I stayed on longer than I did.
Oh
So, it
wow.
ended up working out. But that's pretty
Oh
much
wow.
how I got on it.
They
So
had
this
y'all
sounds.
set up like how the NFL do players when they call them
I
in.
was just about
Last
to say
minute,
that.
hey, you can come for a workout. Hey, get your ish and let's go. You
I
feel me?
guess it was
Hey,
very, very last minute. I'm like, am I gonna be on the show? Like, just let me know because I have to tell my
right.
job.
Right. I was just about to say that, Mike, because I'm like, that sounds like that's like when we had Daniel for the Chicago Bears on, like his turnaround from the Rams. You get released and literally called him the next day, like, hey, can you get to the airport in the next hour? Like,
Yeah, for real.
At least it wasn't that last
so,
minute. That would have been too
so
No,
you
it's
say
crazy how they do that.
you went through rounds, as far as like the selection period.
much.
Um, and this is just for anybody that's gonna listen in. Like, as far as like the selection round, like anybody that's listening that's gonna hear this, take us through like what does that look like for real? Like, we hear like auditions, like the I'm gonna use the Dallas cheerleaders. Like we see
Hmm.
it firsthand, you know what I'm saying? They go through the selection round. Is it something similar to that? Like, is it intimidating, or is it like just kind of you on camera speaking to people?
I think because we were still going through COVID, a lot of it
Mm-hmm.
was virtual. So I
Okay.
Hmm.
think I got lucky and it wasn't as nerve-wracking as it would have been if I had to actually like fly to LA and like talk in front of a big group of execs in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so to me it wasn't that bad. And I'm shy, so I'm like, okay, am I even gonna be okay to be on the show? I'm like, they're gonna be filming me. But no, so like I said, it was like a interview style like Zoom call. They recorded it and then actually I had to end up doing two. I did a second one because they wanted me to answer more questions. And then
Hmm.
like I said, they edited it all together, and I think they passed it on to the higher execs, I guess, as they were like narrowing it down. And then I did
Mm-hmm.
like this huge questionnaire. They literally want to know everything about me. And I had to send all these old pictures of myself, my family, my friends. I don't even know what they did with it. I don't know if they like made like big like boards to say, okay, this is her character, her story. I don't know. But I had to give them all of that information. We had to do like a screening for like our mental health, which
Mm-hmm.
honestly they didn't really do them. Like he was just asking questions like, "Oh, do you ever think about like offing yourself or like things like that?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Okay, you're good." So they don't really go into
They want
depth.
to make
It
sure they
just
don't
kind of
bring no serial killer on the TV.
Hey,
yeah,
in
yeah.
translation,
Like, they also were like, "Are
sports
you okay
talk.
with like drama? Because
CTE.
there's gonna be a ton of women on the show." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be
Mhm,
fine." Um, so I they were like making sure you're not crazy. We
mhm,
also had to do like drug testing, make sure you didn't have an STD or anything. Because you could end up like kissing or something on the show, so you have to make sure everybody's safe.
mhm,
I think that was like the last thing, and then they just asked like how much ahead of time does your job needs to know, even though they still were cutting it close. I told them I had to know like more time than they gave me, but it ended up working out. And then yeah, they just said, okay, we like you and you're gonna be on the show, basically. And then they gave me my flight information, and then we flew to Nashville for
Okay.
like the first day. And we didn't
Right.
even know what the name of the show was. So they lied about the name. Everything was like top secret. I think they
Mhm,
called it like Homestead Stories or something. It was a weird name. And then like we had people with like a sign at the airport that came to like pick you up. And we couldn't
mhm,
talk to the other girls if there was other girls that they picked up too because they wanted everything to be
mhm.
on camera. It was really like secretive in the beginning.
It makes sense though if you think about it, because they don't want nobody to leak the information or leak all that before it comes out. It's really
Yeah.
weird
But
how
like
it
we couldn't
works.
even like talk, like say our name or anything. They literally wanted everything, all of our interactions on camera.
Oh
That's
wow.
that's kind of weird. It goes into my next question. First, how did it switch from Austin to Nashville? First and foremost.
So the one I was talking about that was gonna be in Austin was a different show. I actually didn't get that one.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay,
it
okay.
then this other show reached out to me. I think that producer just like gave this other show my name, and
Right,
then they saw like they asked if, or I guess they wanted to see if I was a good fit, and they liked me.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
two different ones.
which makes sense. Okay. I think I missed that part. But as far as a reality show, I never had a chance to actually a real reality star such as yourself this question. Is that stuff script? Like, are y'all reading off
Yeah,
a
like
script
yeah,
or is it
like
like, yeah, is it a script where y'all like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and be myself. It is what it is.
No, it's not scripted. It's
oh
not,
wow.
but the producers they do have a job, so they will
Right.
kind of prompt you to like, okay, talk about this subject, but say it in a way you
Mhm.
normally would say it. And I'm like, oh, like it's weird. It'd be like a little bit of acting, but not really. But then if they didn't like how you did it, or if they wanted you to do it again or get a different angle, you had to like make it seem like it was organic again. So that was a little weird.
So
wow.
No, it's not scripted.
those green rooms that y'all step into when you be like, yes, day one in the house. I really like the girl. Like that's like really that's y'all. Like that's y'all time to be like
Oh, you mean
yourself.
like
Nothing
what do they
scripted.
call it? Whenever we do like it's
The
us.
confessionals and stuff, I
Confessionals, the
guess.
confessionals.
I think they called it on the fly interviews when I did the show. But yeah, yeah, they would kind of be like, okay, we want you to come and do your little spiel on like how you're feeling right now. But yeah, it wouldn't be scripted. They would just ask you questions. Of course, they edit things out. They didn't put everything because there was a ton of girls,
Yeah.
but it's not scripted.
So I want to ask
Interesting.
because you it brought to my attention it was not scripted. You guys didn't know much going into it until you actually got there. Did they at least? So for those that's listening, season one, I think it entailed 4 formers, all different locations, but the one that you
Yes.
were going to was Ryan Black.
Yes.
Did you guys know or get to see at least see him before you arrived, or was it like a surprise? Like this is the guy that you guys are going to try to get to know.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a surprise, God. No, I would not. I don't think I would have agreed to that. But we didn't really get to know that much. They literally gave us like a little video. So we actually saw more than the 4 guys that were on the show. So they had other people lined up. And they would, I think it was maybe like 8 or 10 guys that we saw. It was like a minute each. And they kind of had like a little produced video that they put together and showed us. And then we had to like rank them. I think they did that twice. So we ranked them in like the person that we liked the most to the least, or who we found the most or least attractive. And I think based on how everyone answered, they picked 4 guys. So I guess the 4 guys that they picked, they one wanted to be on the show because ranchers, they are busy. And then 2, like the girls had to like them, or at least I'm guessing at least half of them had to like rank them pretty high. So I didn't know what Ryan looked like. Oh, yeah. So I know what he looked like, but we didn't know who we matched with because they had to like pick us back. So I didn't know he matched with me back until like right before we started filming. So a producer came to my room. So we were all separate. They had us all separate in like one hotel. So I think we had like all the hotel rooms booked up. So I was in a room by myself, a producer game, and she's like, okay, so this is who you match with. And then she showed me his picture, and I was like, okay. And he was the only black, the only black guy on the show. So I was like, okay, thank God. But yeah, I didn't know. So that was interesting because they had to pick you back.
Got you. So, all right. So you finally see who Ryan Black is. Like you say, he was the only, we're going to say cowboy. He was the only black cowboy on the show. But nah, he's he's the only black rancher on the show.
Yeah, technically they're all farmers.
So you go in, you meet them. Like, okay, let me scale it. When you went on the show, were you intention? Because the purpose of the show is to find love, somebody that you match with. So I'm assuming, you went on the show like genuinely looking for like you really like had an open mind to actually trying to find love from it.
Yeah. I mean, it's called Farmer Wants a Wife. So yes. You're going in thinking, okay, this could potentially be my future husband. I'm thinking, okay, Southern gentleman, he's a farmer. They should be nicer than like guys from the city. So I'm like, okay, I'll be open. Did I think I wanted to marry someone that actually lived on a farm? No. But I think I got lucky because he had horses and I like horses. So I was like, okay, I'm open. So that's why I was trying to have like an open mind. But have I pictured myself marrying a farmer? No, because I do like the city. But that was kind of the point of the show. It was like having people meet that wouldn't necessarily ever cross paths. So it was city girls meeting farmers. So that's why I kind of like that aspect.
All of y'all was city girls?
Yeah, everyone is from like a city. None of the girls. I mean, there were some girls that had maybe like been on farms, but I don't think any of us lived in like the middle of nowhere. We all lived in like like metropolises, like cities.
Yeah, I got you. I'm surprised they didn't have the dude from Love Island on there. Ain't he a farmer? The dude with the dreads?
I don't know.
What's his name? Not Taylor?
I didn't watch the last season. I don't know.
His name Taylor? No. Is it Taylor?
I don't know.
I think it's Taylor.
I haven't been watching Love Island like that.
Oh, wow.
Bro's a whole farmer, but that's besides the point.
Well, maybe he was on the
You
wrong
would think
show.
that they'll have him on there.
Could have been on the wrong show.
Now, Could have been. I do want to ask, so because it's gonna get what they say, the plot is gonna thicken here, as they like to say. So, building the suspense for the people want to know, But I just want to know, so before, because I know you had a very infamous scene on the show, and that posed a lot of questions for certain people. But leading up to that, did you ever feel like a spark between you and Ryan? Like, did you guys ever have like private conversations, even off camera? Like, was it ever like, all right, you know what, I can see it going somewhere possibly, or was it just kind of like from your own personal experience, what you seen going on throughout the show, throughout the house, the interactions between him and other girls? Because again, it is hard to try to essentially date five, six other girls at the same time.
Yeah. No, I never felt a connection with him, but honestly, I don't feel like he tried with me.
Okay.
But okay, so going into kind of like what do you call it? My like moment, like when I was
Yeah.
leaving, so because I was only in 4 episodes, and the first
Mhm.
2 you really don't see me that much.
Mhm.
And let's be honest, I was the only black girl on the show. There was another
Right.
one, but he eliminated her, which he did that out of his own actions. I don't know why he picked me. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't think he liked me at all.
Mhm.
Honestly, the only time he would talk to me was when we were filming. We
Mhm.
talked a little bit when we weren't filming because the cameras weren't always there.
Right.
But it was never anything more than just kind of like basic conversations. There was conversations that they filmed that they didn't end up keeping in the show. There was actually like a big
Mhm.
conversation that they left out, and then the conversation we had when I was leaving, they chopped it up a lot. And I think because they
Mm.
left out the first conversation, they didn't include some pieces in the conversation when I was like upset and leaving, because I eliminated myself. But no, I
That's
don't
fair
feel
enough.
like he ever liked me, honestly, because I found out this after he doesn't even date black women, so that was a whole nother thing. And the show didn't know that either. So yeah, that was interesting.
Wow. So you mean to tell
Yeah,
me and again, people, when you hear this, I'm not making this a race thing at all. But a black
yeah,
man on a dating show does not date black women at all.
no. And he lied
Sacrilege.
to the
Like
producers about it too.
That's crazy.
He lied to the show about it. They didn't know that either.
so one could
They
say
kind of they
personally,
found
like,
out as we found out.
yeah, so it sounds like to me, he might have went on the show with the wrong reasons then. He's just trying to
Oh,
get
for
the
sure.
notoriety.
Yeah, he wanted a name for his ranch. That was it. Yeah.
So
Now he might say different things, but I'm pretty sure
mhm,
that's why he was on the show. A lot of the
mhm.
people behind like on the show found out he didn't have the best character. So if you watch the show through, you see he doesn't end up with anyone for a reason, and that's why.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go into next. I was like, because he ended up not even having nobody to, be a wife.
No, because the girl because he eliminated the girl that he ended up asking to come back, and I would have been confused too and been like why ask me? So I think they were just trying to make something out of his storyline, but yeah, he was not gonna end up with anyone.
It's
That
funny
boy.
though, as they say, you were from what I watched, even though, like you said, 4 episodes in, you eliminate yourself, but like that's what they say. What the girl is say, you clock this T. Is it the right one? You clock this T out there, cause Because so the people that's listening, there's episode 4. I
Hmm.
think I don't remember her name. One of the ladies mentions, do anybody in here feel like, yeah, pretty much you just don't have a connection with Ryan? And no hesitation, I don't. it's like no,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it.
Okay, so funny thing about so so I told the girls that I was thinking of eliminating myself. I just didn't know when I wanted to
Mm,
do it, and I don't know how the producers found out, but Rob, one of the producers, like the producers liked me, and they were cool. They were black too. His name was Rob. Her name was Jade. She was like one of the other like producing assistants. But Rob, he like pulled me aside and he's like, "Hey, if you're thinking about leaving, I need you to let me know. So if you want to have like your exit the way you want, I can help you do that." And he kind of just helped me figure out
mm,
how I want to do it. He said, "Okay, well, we're having this the day I did it earlier in the episode, we had like this barbecue and he had his friends come over and he was showing us like him working because he would do like clinics where he would like train people with their horses, and we got to meet like his cousin and like a couple friends, and he basically said just kind of like trickle in like thoughts of you like being uncertain, not having a connection with him. And then I think I also did like another like on the flight interview, the confessional thing where I like said how I was feeling. I think one scene they like had me talking, like the camera talking with another girl, to kind of like trickle it in of me, thinking that I wanted to leave. And then when we got to that bonfire, or I guess when we did s'mores, that's when we're around the fire. When one of the girls brought that question up, like, you guys feel like he's been having an equal connection with everyone, that's when I chimed in, because they're like, okay, if you're going to do it, you have to do it now. So I was like, okay. And honestly, that day I knew I was going to leave, but they wouldn't allow us to drink, which was weird. They had some weird rules behind the scenes, but we like snuck drinks, and I was like not drinking all day, but like I was building up my liquid courage. So I was like, okay, I have to like do this. Normally I would not do that. I hate drama, but
Take a
I was
little
like,
bit off the
okay.
edge.
So I was a little tipsy, so I was like, okay, that's why I like didn't hesitate. I was like, okay, yeah, I want to talk to you, and then pulled him aside, and then we had our conversation. But yeah, that was interesting.
Wow. So this is the Real Understands Everything, where we keep it real and raw. So I gotta ask you, do you feel like they paired you with him because he was the only black selectee for that season and it was very few black women?
Yes. And I think the producers liked me more, obviously, than Ryan did. I think they just wanted me on the show. So they're like, okay, well, a black farmer should pick a black girl. So I think that's the only reason I got picked. Because I found out later that Ryan actually wanted to pick this other girl over me. She was white, gorgeous, but I didn't even know he was gonna do that. So they basically kind of forced him to pick me, is what I found out.
Oh
Or I
wow.
guess he felt pressured to pick me. And also, like, the audience, if they're watching, that'd be weird if he had two of the only black girls and he eliminated both of them on the first day. That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's crazy that they do stuff like that. I mean, you see it across like, with everyday work and like 9 to 5 and stuff like that. But on TV, I never know what's going on behind the scenes and stuff like
Me
that.
either.
So the fact that that's crazy. That's crazy. They was trying to follow that DEI. I ain't gonna lie. It's in the past now. We could talk about it. They was trying to follow that DEI. They need to meet the quota. Like, it's
Well,
sorry to say it, but they had you in that quota.
they need to have a little all white. Even though Fox is a very very like right wing, I think, network. So
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: since leaving the show, well, let me pause that. Has the show in turn hindered your dating life?
think so. Honestly, I don't think that many people like in our in our background watch the show. It's called Farmer Wants a Wife. So pretty much I think most of the audience was like, whiter. So I honestly don't like, no guy I've tried talking to has brought it up. Now people in my job will bring it up all the time. But no, I don't really feel like it's hindered dating wise.
Okay. So I wanted to ask that first before I went into, have you since then tried to get into another reality show?
People ask me that all the time. Literally, my brother asked me that yesterday. People in my job keep constantly asking me, like, are you going to get on another show? Are you going to get on another show? I would like to, but just because I got on this show, I think people think it's going to be easier for me to get on another show. But I would be applying just like anybody else. Because honestly, I didn't get that much like traction from this show. So I would basically be starting over. But I have thought about like Love is Blind maybe, or maybe something not dating related, like Big Brother or Amazing Race. But as of right now, I haven't heard from anything, but I would like to go on another show.
Yeah, I think you should. I think it'd be dope. I mean, I'm not gonna say, like, in terms of sports, I'm gonna use sports. If you've made it to the high level in sports, and let's just say you stop playing for, I don't know, a couple years, you will get a quicker look versus somebody that's just now getting to that point. Now, that doesn't mean they're gonna pick you, but you'll get a quicker look. It's almost like having a referral to a job. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think personally, I mean, all of them apply. You know what I mean? I can see you doing something like the Real World Challenge or something like that. Like Love is Blind. I mean, which brings me to Love is Blind. Do you first of all, are you still single? Are you single?
Yes, I'm single.
Okay. So with a show like Love is Blind and your background, like being open to because I mean you went into a show that you really didn't know how it was gonna turn out. But do you believe love really is blind?
It can be, but people are visual, so you will always have expectations whether you think you do or not.
Right.
But you'll try and like match their voice or like how they describe their life to what you think they could look like, and then if they don't look that way, it is going to be kind of a little disappointing moment. But I think people can get over that. Some people can, some people can't.
Yeah, that's
This is
true.
facts.
Not gonna lie, I always tell people like when it comes to dating, like looks are gonna fade. Obviously, people do what they can to try to preserve their looks when they get older. But ultimately, you want to be around a person that you're not gonna get tired of. Point blank.
Yeah,
The love is
you have to like
blind,
their
though.
personality.
Yes, but
Facts.
I think love is blind? To an extent, because if you get on that show or anything related to that kind of show, and that door open and you see who it is, you be like, ugh. Like you're gonna be like,
No,
you're gonna be like, they was
only
sweet talking me.
no, if you look at their faces, you could tell they try so hard to like hide it, but it just looks so awkward in some of the first like meetings.
For sure.
That would be something that would worry me. I'm like, okay. But then I'm very self-critical, so I'll be like, well, does he think I look like how he thought? I don't know. I would be thinking that too, not just about the guy.
I
So
mean, I feel
go
like
ahead.
with a situation like that, you have to walk into those type of scenarios open-minded. Like, despite how people look, at that point, you just got to learn their personalities. Because, I mean, somebody can look like a diamond but act like a piece of coal or something, meaning like their personality is terrible. So, I mean, just be open-minded when you come into a situation with love, because love comes in many shapes, sizes, variations, colors. I mean, you could be black, white, Hispanic, purple, blue, green, whatever. You just gotta love
Yeah.
it for whoever they is, man.
That's true.
Now I want to
Yeah,
ask
and
you.
the
I
more
want to ask
you,
you. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was like, oh, no, I was gonna say the more you like get to know someone, they'll become more attractive to you as well. Even if
Hmm.
maybe at first they don't like they just kind of look like okay, but then that kind
Some
of will
people.
develop more as you get to know them.
Yeah. Some people you call them a fixer upper, meaning they may have all the quality. I'm serious, man. Like they may have all the qualities as far as like a personality, but maybe like like certain looks or it can even. Let me tell you, I I'm a hefty fellow. I can't be. I have to make sure like when it comes to me, I'm speaking just for me, people. Uh, I know that when I step outside the house, I'm usually in some relaxed fitting. Usually athletic wear, something I'm relaxed. But when it's time to dress up, I can't be going out here with jeans tight enough to take my blood pressure in a small shirt. I have to know my
On
lane.
me.
You know what I mean? You got to look presentable. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, like, if you know you may not be attractive to the masses, at least make sure that you're presentable because that can help. Because
Facts.
I feel like
Yeah.
this, in Portia, you can chime in, but as a man in this society, no matter what color you are, how you present yourself is going to tell you everything. Whether you're attractive in the face or not, or the body or not, you know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. If a dude comes up and he's missing his two front teeth, but he the cleanest thing in the room, you'd be like, maybe he's funny. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, my
That's
thing is,
facts,
like,
though.
why do you look okay except you forgot about this? Like, that's the most important thing.
Right. It's like, man, he probably had a dental insurance, but it's okay.
Man, that boy had J.
Honest.
Cole on repeat, boy.
No, dental offices, they have payment plans, so they can work it out. So,
Okay.
Gotta,
So you gotta make sure your teeth straight before we step in the Porsche. I'm letting y'all know now,
right,
people.
right.
I know guys probably are more visual than girls. Oh, y'all agree? I
Debatable.
don't agree.
Debatable, man.
Like,
Debatable.
you don't know.
I mean, let me tell you, it don't take much for a guy. If you notice, if you just societal standards, a guy's standard for a woman is never as high as a woman's standard for a guy.
Woman's.
Oh, no,
Meaning,
I know that. No, I don't.
so it's just like
No, we're
off of
picky.
looks.
No, we're very picky.
Yeah, yeah. Because obviously, off of looks, I've seen some guys bless their heart. I just want to say, I've seen some guys. They like what they like, and I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? They love is love. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so everybody has
That part.
their
That part.
preferences and things.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
that's.
women, it's like I don't know. I'm gonna just say it. I've never met a woman that don't like a guy with abs. Like the thought of like, oh,
Well,
abs. You know what I'm saying? I've
yeah.
never met a woman that be like, oh, I don't like abs. That don't mean like her spouse or husband, friend, whoever could be a hefty guy. He might not have no abs, but that's not to say that she be like, oh,
What is
you
their
know, I like
dad
a guy with
bod? I
abs.
know girls. some girls like dad bods or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be real. I ain't had abs since I was about 12, 14. You feel me?
Listen,
So it is what it is.
listen.
I'm a bigger guy. You feel me? I'm not as big because I'm taller, but I mean, hell, ain't
You
no
my
abs
friend
coming
of
on
what they
here.
like to
That's too
call
much.
burly.
I like to eat what I eat. You feel me? Come to Texas, boy. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? When I was young, I'll say middle school, high school, I was considered husky. You feel me? I like that. You feel me? I got that layer. And I
Yeah,
realize, you,
but
you feel me? Like, more women in the world like big guys. You feel me? It get cold. It getting cold. Winter coming. Hey, what they say?
yeah.
Winter is coming.
Yeah, y'all. I hope y'all listening, man. All y'all skinny guys, the wintertime coming. Better go eat something for you blow away in the wind.
Y'all keep messing with them small dudes. You feel me? All right, y'all gonna make fire. Sitting there just
Man,
rubbing and shit. I'm good. I give off heat.
No,
Y'all
I
gonna be
mean,
over there shivering.
but going back to what you said, like, oh, yeah, like even if you're not the most attractive person, you can,
mhm.
what's it called, looks maxing? Like you can put yourself together to be the most attractive that you can be, even if you're not attractive to everybody. Dress nice, you can work out, not work out, or at least eat healthy. Take care of your skin. Make sure you always look put together. I mean, if you do that, you'll look better than you would if you're sloppy.
I feel that. I feel that.
That's
Sloppy
very
has no
true.
sloppy is sloppy. I've seen skinny sloppy, but
Why? Even if
uh,
you're skinny, someone might not like you if you look like you just don't care how you look. Roll out in like
right.
sweatpants and a wrinkled t-shirt.
So all of this brings me to, what I'm saying, you currently, what I'm saying, you say you're single. Are you
Hmm.
open? You're open. Excuse me. I'm sorry. You're open to dating. I'm assuming. Um,
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask you, just from a black woman's point of view of things, in the way society is and how you perceive things. What would you say makes it challenging on the dating scene for a black woman in America right now?
Like just black women? I don't know if I want to speak for
Or
every black woman.
or you for you?
Yeah, from your perspective.
Okay, from
Yeah.
my perspective. Okay, well, my dating
You're
history
like,
is unique.
well.
I'm not not like a lot of women.
Mhm,
Like I said, I'm 33, but I know Eli he knows a little bit about what I'm about to bring up, because he knows my
mhm.
sister. But I actually have never had a boyfriend, so dating for me is
Didn't
different.
know that.
Yes, no, I'm being serious. I've never had a boyfriend. Honestly, thinking back, I should have dated in high school and college, but I just didn't for
Mhm.
whatever reason. I was really shy growing up. I would say I'm still on the shyer side now, but I'm a lot more relaxed than I used to be. Even
Mhm.
though I was a cheerleader. I don't know how I made that work, but somehow I was a cheerleader and I was the shy one. But no, I've never had a boyfriend, so that's something that's made it kind of hard because I'm awkward and I'm like, I don't know when to bring that up because
Mhm.
a guy's always gonna ask, oh, how's your dating history? You have exes and things like that.
Mhm.
I also, it's not really religious, but I'm also a virgin, so that also adds like another layer onto, for me
Wow.
at least, why I think it's hard because every time I bring that up, then guys kind of like fall back. Because
Mhm.
I mean, I get it. Physical touch is like the top love language for most men. I get it. But that's just not mine, or at least not until I'm married. But I think
I
that's
Right.
feel
why it's so hard for me.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't even look at that as a negative thing. Honestly, it's you're like what's that show I used to watch? You're like the gem, like you're like a needle in a haystack. You're very rare in this world. So it's
yes.
the simple fact of the matter is like you have to find someone that accepts you for you and your journey to get to where you're at right now. And I'm sure that you'll find it.
Sure.
But like how society is set up, it's like it's not heard of. It's not common because you have girls that say they are, and then come to find out they probably done it one time way back, and then they're born again, virgin again. I've heard this story so many times, and it's just funny because it's just like you're not who you say you are. You feel me? But the fact that you're comfortable walking in your skin and sharing that to the world, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Kudos to you
No.
Yeah.
for real.
I think
Thank
And
you.
I'm
Oh
go
no.
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, I've asked my friends about this, and I never know like when to bring it up. They're like, wait until you've at least had like a couple dates before you tell them that. But I'm like, well, what if it comes
Mhm.
up? So that's just something I'm always thinking about. If I like meet a guy, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you gonna be okay with this?
I think I've always personally I've always lived by the 30-second rule. You have
No.
30 seconds to either impress or say anything to get an intention for a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then once you guys invite or establish like a date or a time to meet up, I think depending on the situation, like you'll know personally 5 minutes into this date if this is even a potential match for you at all. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If this is somebody that like, okay, you're not gonna hear from me after this date, he does. I feel like a person, and it goes for both sex, like male or female, they don't deserve to know more in depth about you if you already know that it's probably not gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? But definitely be open minded, and I do like you said, like you're being who you are, being authentically yourself, and able to share that. That's huge. I know just for most men, that I speak to, with the way that women who are virgins get talked about, it's not that they're frowned upon at all. It's more of an
Mm-hmm.
intimidating factor. Like most guys know that what comes with like when it comes to virginity, like that's like it's sacred. To be honest, like a real man, he's gonna look at that like that's sacred. You know what I mean? Like you don't just want to abuse that or play with that. You know what I mean? Because you're the first of something. You know what I mean? That's literally what it
Facts.
is. And also that just shows you who you are as a woman. Like, you know what? 33, virgin, she's serious. Like I can't even step to her on no game. I can't step to her playing. She's serious. And to some men, if they don't got it together, it's gonna come off as like an intimidation factor. But
Yeah, I feel
yeah,
like I don't know why, but even in high school, I feel like guys were always intimidated to talk to me. But I think that's just because they thought I was stuck up because I didn't talk.
mm-hmm.
But no, I guess I can kind of see that intimidation factor. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's intimidating.
No, it's personally I don't, but I definitely have spoken to men, and obviously I'm a guy, and I've had those conversations,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I'm saying. But I think it's also a phase. I think the older you get, the more you kind of grow out of it being such an intimidating thing, but you start to honor it. Like, okay, this is for real. Like it's almost I hate to speak on it in this kind of way, but it's almost like a prized possession. Like this is a prized possession. You don't like he said, it's a needle in a haystack. You don't
Right.
find that. And most girls, this is how much of a prized possession it is. There are women that will lie about being a virgin to this day because they know that like it puts them up there. Now
Right.
you have certain men, I'm not gonna lie. There are certain men that just they want to be the first one. Like, Ray J, when he found out Kanye West was going out with Kim K, he made that song, She Might Go East, She Might Go West, but just know I hit it first. Some men are egotistical, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
But I wanted to ask you, you said you grew up shy. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that was like a trauma response, or like you just kind of just naturally stayed to yourself for a while? And I bring it up because our dear friend here, Mike, could say he's a little shy at first. At first.
Yeah.
So that's what made me want to ask you. Do you think you had like some trauma growing up that caused you to kind of just be like, I guess not standoffish, but just more to yourself?
Not really. I mean, at least not anything I can like pinpoint. I don't know. I kind of was always like that. I I was a little bit more open when I was younger, and then so I started doing gymnastics when I was 6, and then
Mm-hmm.
I got like really into it after we moved from Maywood to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And there, like, I got to the point where it was too much with school, so I did homeschool for a year, and then for whatever reason, I feel like that homeschool year kind of made me more reserved because then when I went back to school, like public school, that's when I really felt like the difference. Like all the people I went to school with, they had like all this whole year to like be with each other at school, and I didn't talk to them anymore. And then I don't know, so I feel like that kind of maybe was a little bit of a trigger. And then I just like, okay, well, I'll just stay to myself. And I feel like I've kind of been to myself ever since. But then I started doing cheerleading, and I feel like that helped a little bit, and I like met more people.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my friends that I met actually from trying out in college, like for cheering, I met all my current friends because of a girl that I met there. So I feel like they do help me come out of my shell more. Although now everyone's adulting, everybody is like getting married and having kids, so kind of like back to keeping to myself again. But
So
Right.
would you
no, it wasn't necessarily any trauma.
So would you consider yourself like a late bloomer when it comes to just like being like a socialite?
I guess so. I've never considered myself a socialite. Like, I don't like being the center of attention. I have friends that are very good at that. They're very bubbly, and I do envy that. But at the same time, it just seems
Mhm.
exhausting to me. I like being by myself.
No, I feel that.
So I guess maybe a little bit, but I'm fine with how I am. I probably could go out a little bit more. I'm a little bit too much of a homebody sometimes because that's probably also not helping me dating. I have to meet people. Like I literally just go to work and then I come home or I go see my mom or something. But I guess maybe a little bit of a late bloomer.
Portia.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Portia, you are on reality TV, and you saying you don't like to be the center of attention. You are technically the center of attention right now. Like we post this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, she was on a reality show." You feel
It
me?
doesn't feel
You
like
the
that
people
'cause
we
you know
post.
what? It just feels like I'm talking to two guys. That's it. It's not like this is fine. I don't know. I guess I just have to. It depends on the situation.
It might be
But
like large crowds type of thing.
yeah, like I get social anxiety. It's too much. I don't know. It's too much.
I get that. I brought up the late bloomer socialite because you brought up gymnasts. Most gymnasts that I know personally, they have a late start when it comes to dating, when it comes to just a lot of things socially, just because they're so.
You have
I don't
to
even want to
sacrifice a
use the
lot.
word consume, but like that. A lot of people that don't know, it takes a lot to be a gymnast, especially to like go further with it. Usually,
yeah. If you're
them
serious
girls
about,
are
that's why I did
homeschooled.
that year for homeschooling because I was like, I was literally on my mind was like, okay, I'm on track to. I want to go to the Olympics. Actually, was trained by a ex-Olympic gymnast at one point. Like she was one of the coaches at the gym I went to, and it's very big in Texas. Like we've had a lot of Olympic gymnasts from this state. Yeah, I was like really into like it was my whole life for like 9 years.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
that plays a part. I'm not gonna lie, because again, to be a gymnast, you have to be focused. That is the most. Like I play football. I know guys play basketball, baseball, golf, all of that. But when you talk to them, nothing compares when it talks about the level of focus that a gymnast is. Because to be honest with you, gymnast is pretty much year round. You don't really get an off break, you know what I'm saying, unless you take a season off. But other than that, that's usually a year round, which brought me to my point. Like you said, you were homeschooled. I know a plethora of the gymnasts that I know, they all at some point in their life went fully homeschooled. Which
I also did external like I never did gym at school. I always got signed off like to practice. I actually did like 2-a-day practices in middle school and my first year of high school until I quit. So I would wake up, we have practice at 6 a.m. I think we would practice at least for like 2 hours. First hour is just conditioning. And then we would actually get into like regular practice. And then I would leave. My mom would have like a bag ready. I'd go change, go to school. And then she'd pick me up. I think it'd be like 4 o'clock. I would have to change, go immediately to practice again. I'd be at the gym until like 9. And then I do that again every single day. And then on Saturdays, we would have to take ballet classes. So it was a lot. And then we had like other stuff they wanted us to do. Like we had to do like meetings about like our mental health and like discipline. It was really intense.
It's 2 days in middle school is crazy.
Yeah, and that was middle school.
God, I couldn't even imagine. On me.
Yeah. That's what I think that's why I don't like waking up early now. I like to sleep in. I'm like, no, I never want to go back to that. If I had to wake up at 5 o'clock when I was little, like I'm not doing that again.
See, that's why. So you didn't have time for a boyfriend, even if you wanted to.
Facts.
It all making sense now. It's all coming full circle to me now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start a show. Bump going on the show. We're gonna start a show. Finding Portia a husband. You know what I'm saying?
From Portia with love.
Yeah. From Portia with love. God, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's. I think a lot of the things that we do as an adult obviously comes from how we grew up, and it shapes us. In your world, from what I'm hearing, it's not so much trauma. It's just you were an athlete. You were an early athlete for a while, which took you kind of off the grid. And then when you got back on the scene, it almost felt like you had to play catch up. Is what I'm hearing. But at that point, you a homebody. You used to what you used to, and it's kind of like I'm cool with y'all. I like y'all. Like I love y'all. We're good friends. But like I'm gonna go home. Y'all go party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, they know I have spurts where I'm MIA, and they'll be like, "Where's Portia?" And then they'll see me pop up at an event, and they're like, "Oh, we haven't seen you in months, or this is the first time I've seen you in like 2 years." I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah, I would suggest ever so often just going to like little social events. Nothing. Not a club. Don't go to no club. You ain't gonna find no husband in no club.
No. Portia at a club? Oh no.
We want a club? No.
Hey, listen.
You'll
Be surprised what's out here in these streets.
Telling you.
But
No.
I would
I'm not
say
trying to
like
attract
little
any
little brunch spots. They're gonna say, "Yo, what's up, mom? What's your name?" Or you know how they say, "Ain't nothing worse than a dude at the gas station trying to get a female." Like, you want your gas pump?
Wait, what?
Like, you ever heard them talk
Wait,
about
what?
guys that be at the gas station trying to get a female attention? They be like, "Let me pump your
Um,
gas."
I got you, little mama.
oh God.
Yeah, I got 20 on it.
I don't like when guys approach like that either. No.
So let
That's
me ask you
weird. I'll be
this:
on my sister head about that. Hey, look, be on your P's and Q's, man.
Yeah.
if you
Oh
had to
yeah.
make a, if you had to
Aware of my
make a,
surroundings. Yes.
if you had to make a, I don't want to say perfect, but if you had to make a guy that's, give me 5 core values or traits or looks, whatever, 5 that builds your dream guy.
Oh, God.
I know you got him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm short, so I mean, he has to be taller than me. I'm 5'3", so pretty much every guy's taller than
Anything
me.
taller than you. Okay.
So you'll
Yeah,
date
well,
somebody that's 5'5",
taller than me in heels. 5'5" is really short. Okay, the shortest I probably
5'8". Okay,
yeah, 5'8". That's 5'8" is good. So at least
Here's a 10
5'8".
short kings.
we got you.
So at least 5'8". That's one. Oh my gosh. Okay, 4. I do like a sense of humor. Because I don't want someone that's like me. I need someone probably the opposite, like that'll help me come out of my shell.
Mhm.
So I guess someone that's more outgoing.
Okay.
So at least 5'8", outgoing, nice smile.
Mhm.
Probably someone that's family oriented and that's respectful.
Okay.
What else?
Some things you left off that I'm shocked, and you know, hey,
For real.
I mean, I still have. What I have 2.
you got one.
I only have 1. Wait, what all did I say?
You said you wanted
5.
5'8". You wanted somebody that can make you ugly laugh.
Mhm.
You want some, you want somebody that's respectable, family oriented. What was
Okay.
4? She just
that was 4, respectable and family oriented.
Ooh, so I only have 1 left. Okay.
There is one that you left off that I'm surprised you left off.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
I think we here with it, Mike. We here with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Someone
just didn't say it first.
that takes pride in their appearance because I love fashion, so that's something that's important to me.
So, with you answering those 5, which are a great 5, and there's nothing wrong with those. I gotta ask, you know what I'm saying? Because again, there's gonna be, we got a lot of guy viewers on here that's gonna tune into this.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
I know.
Yeah, and I wonder, just because age is a factor and all that. A guy having a kid at this age does not deter you.
Yeah, I should have added that. Sorry. I don't want to date a guy with kids.
Okay.
So sorry if
Faith.
that's technically sick.
Faith. What about religion? Like, you, for a Christian, doesn't matter if he's Christian or not. Like,
I mean, I identify as Christian, but I guess I would be open. I just have to we'd have to figure out the logistics, like if someone's like Jewish or something. I don't know. I guess I would prefer the same as me, so I would prefer Christian.
Okay, and then the last one would be, for me, that I would ask, sexual experience. Are you looking for a guy that's like not as experienced sexually, or like that doesn't really matter, just given the age range and all that?
Well, yeah, because I'm 33, so I feel like that doesn't necessarily matter to me. For a guy, wouldn't want us both to be virgins. I feel like that would not. I mean, I guess it would. I don't know. I guess it just depends. But
you gotta know what you're doing, Playboy.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I would hope he's not like he has like a super high body count, like more than 100. Yeah. That's too much. Even like 50 is a lot. But no, it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't matter as much for a guy than it does for women.
Okay. So there you have it, people. You know, if you're
Was
listening,
that the same one that you had, Mike, or did you have something else?
I just thought one of the first things you were going to say is religious.
No,
to be honest with you.
I mean that would probably make sense, but they don't have to necessarily be super religious. I'm not super religious. Like I don't go to church every Sunday. I mean, probably would be like a plus, but they don't have to. Okay. As long as they believe in something. Like I don't want to date someone that's agnostic or anything. Doesn't believe in anything.
I mean, you want them to be on the positive side and not believe into the negative. So you have to be very specific with your words.
Okay, well, they have to believe in the God.
Power of the tongue.
Like, they have to.
There you go.
Have some kind of faith. I don't know if I want spiritual either. That's a little too like wishy-washy for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it. So you have it, people. You know, you guys have heard from Portia herself, her dating experience from the show. What is her dream guy, you guys? I know all you dogs out there, but nah. Um,
That's like
you guys, you know, she was able to be vulnerable with us. We really appreciate that. That was one thing I do want to know. If the people that's listening that's going to hear this, what can they expect from you? Like, what are you doing currently? Like, are you like we talked briefly on it about you potentially trying to go back into another reality show, another or a dating show, or do you have any things in the works as far as like your own show? You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in a day and age now where a cell phone will take you a long way. You know what I mean? So I wanted to
For
ask, like,
sure.
what's new and upcoming with you, that you can leave with the people to expect?
I mean, I want to do something creative. I just always have like a fear of like it not working out. Like you guys with
Mhm.
your podcast, like I've thought about doing my own podcast for years. Like I even have a name and I started recording episodes and then I just never posted them. So I mean, maybe potentially podcast. At one point I did also think about, I don't know if I'm sure you guys have seen like Arlette's Pop the Balloon show that's super famous on YouTube. I thought about
I
like
was just gonna say that.
having one for Dallas. I'm like, we don't have one here. Like that would be really cool. I don't
There
know.
go your host right there,
I don't
Eli.
know if I would be a good host for it. Like I don't know if I can do the same thing Arlette does, but that would be something really interesting.
Hey, if
And
you
then
start it up,
I have
I'll be
always
a
wanted
host.
to. What?
I said, if you start it up, I'll be a host.
Oh, you want to be that? Okay. Well, and I gotta think about it because like you have to find a studio and then find people that. I don't know. I have thought about that, so maybe.
Hey, we know people that know people.
Okay, maybe
Absolutely.
that could be. Maybe that'll help people find love in Dallas. So there's that, and then I am also thinking about working on writing a book because I've always wanted to do that.
That's dope. One thing, or there's something that I thought you would mention, and I meant to bring this up earlier. People that don't know, Miss Paxton here is very fly. She's very into fashion. Style. If you're in the DFW area, you know what I mean, and you need a little help on your wardrobe, especially my female friends that tune in, because we got a lot of those too that listen in every week. You need to DM her, email her, do everything but stalk her. She is the one to go to. She'll help you. But
yeah. I mean, I have thought about styling too. I need like a portfolio, like to have like examples to show how, instead of I guess just styling myself. But
well, I can help you with that. Offline, you know, I'm good at building portfolios and things of that nature to show your work. But one thing I do want to say to you, because you just said it seems like you start some things, you have a lot of brilliant ideas, even some that you probably ain't even mentioned. But it's like one thing I will tell you: don't ever be afraid to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? The line between risk and rich is extremely thin, so you have to take that risk, no matter what it is. That's a bar. Hold on, man.
Okay, that was pretty good.
But all seriousness though, take the risk. Don't be afraid of failure because you never know how your success is gonna come. And it don't matter if you doing it. I'm gonna use our podcast, this podcast right now. It don't matter if we're doing this for the next 5 years and nothing comes out of it as far as fortune and fame and all of that good stuff. The main thing is that we're happy. We're doing something we love, which we love to connect and talk with people, share new experiences, create new memories, all of those things, and you learn something new to apply to your everyday life. So I would say to you, just an encouragement, like if you got a podcast, you're ahead of the game already. You have a name, you have episodes filmed, you just gotta drop them. And if you already have dropped them, keep dropping them. Somebody look, if you can get 1 viewer, you can get 2 viewers, so on. You know what I mean? When we started this thing, the first episode, it was a blessing that it fell how it fell with us. You know what I mean? I think our first episode, we had like 50 viewers, right? I'm like, oh, cool, 50 viewers. Look up, now we're over 300 some K, like viewerships, you know what I'm saying, across platforms. So it's just like, again, don't let the fear of failure stop you, man, because again, you're intelligent, you're a beautiful lady, you have a story, you know what I mean, and you got something that we ain't never did. You got TV experience. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had. But no, seriously though, just keep going. Drop those episodes or whatever it is you want to do and promote yourself. We live in the digital age, social media, social media, social media. Like I can't. Everybody we talk to that's made it in that realm, they emphasize that TikTok, and especially women. I hate to say it like this, but it's easier for a woman, especially if you're an attractive woman, because it's like the masses are going to gravitate, especially men.
For sure.
So it's like, keep doing your big one out there, because again, there's a thin line between risk and rich.
That boy.
Ooh,
Have to write
if
that
y'all
down.
Hey,
listening,
that boy there.
hey man, look, listen, y'all, they hear this, man. Next Wednesday, True Talk, get at me. We coming, man. But that would conclude us, man, for season 2, episode number 10 of The Real Understands Everything with the lovely Portia Paxton. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
That gave us a great insight, gave me a great insight more about you, who you are, your testimony as far as the show. I know Mike appreciates you coming on. Everybody, sorry John could not make it today. Again, he will be on, and he's just having some things. Nothing bad, nothing terrible. He'll tell y'all when he get on here. But we do appreciate you coming on for True Talk. This season 2 has been nothing short of amazing, because every episode we're elevating and we're taking it to a new level. And you're not our first female to come on the show, but you are our first actress, entertainer to come on the show. So that deserves
for sure.
that deserves a little clock, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
Hey, you can't limit yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you're our first reality star. I say that. We got a couple in the
for sure.
works.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you're our first famous person. You know what I mean? Our first Grammy nominated. Not just playing, but we definitely appreciate you coming on. It means a lot to me. Yeah, definitely get up with me after this as far as portfolio and all that good stuff. But thank you everybody that's tuning in. Keep tuning in each and every week, where we're gonna have real conversations, raw emotions, and we're gonna have more stars and more dope memories and more dope conversations. Until then, I'll see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Thank you.